What's up, Echoes? I wanted to chat with you guys about your series against SES Game 1. I was really happy to see that. Oh, English. Tee. I was really happy to see that Ahote and Geo decided to communicate that they wanted to do an invade on their Raptor pit, and our mid lane is looking to defend our red side while our bot is playing for their lane. That's typical, that's fine. Grim, I really like your positioning here. I think if you're trying to play like extremely safe, in my opinion, you probably should just look to stand like within this area, because really we're under no threat. Amumu can't start Q level 1, Ari can't start E level 1, Charm, and so like Sivir has no CC. Thresh is the only one that has any type of CC like a hook or a flash flay angle, right? And so we're really under no threat of death if we like, unless we stand like within this area. That would be like something where you're gonna just die, you know. We'll just draw a little sad face, and then we'll draw a happy face up here. So that way we know where we can stand, where we'll die against them, and we'll stand like where we're safe against them, right? Stand in the happy face. Other than that, I like where you're standing because you can also rotate up to the people invading if something goes awry. So that's fantastic. Either way, ends up being a little scarier in my opinion, but hey, you do you, bro. If you happen to burn your flash, then lane might be over because it's Arya Mumu, and so he is a low economy jungler. He's gonna just show up pre-6. He's not like a Nocturne. And then we also spot him over here, and so as we spot him, or them, whatever, we need to drop a ward on our Raptor pit. It lets us know where Amumu might try to start the game. If he starts on our red side, then our jungle needs to play their red side so he can play vertical along with Amumu, so he's not an entire quadrant down. That would be very bad for his gameplay. So we don't like that. But a few bits later, lets us know that he's starting his red side. Both our junglers are pathing down here for this crab. So, hey. We know that we're going to need mid and bot prio for that. We're going to go ahead and just like skim past here. Now they figured out that he's here. And then as our jungle finishes his clear, ends up being a wee bit slow, but it's whatever. He ends up just recalling anyway. Our bot has relatively no resources, so he makes an insane play here. I honestly think this is a little big brain for him. We saw that his first camp was Raptors, so it's respawning before his Gromp. This is fantastic because he gets the crab, he comes over here. The only like problem I have with this is you put your pink here rather than here. This bush just happens to be extremely traveled, so there's a lot of traffic that goes through here rather than over here where we can just get like a bunch of vision on the entrance, right? And then I feel like we'll just lose 75 gold pretty soon if Amumu plays like a human, you know? So this is fantastic, but good job invading, good job taking a camp, we're up XP, hell yeah, and we still get our crab. And then we just start our second full clear, ends up being fantastic. We're gonna go back a little bit. Here to, like, you really need to go ahead and place a ward up here. We know where Amumu has to start his full clear, his second full clear. So let's not die to any ganks. Let's not overextend. A lot of your weak points honestly have been like wave control and then just vision for lane, dying to ganks or whatever. Lane ganks are a little harder to like predict or whatever. So that's fine. Let's just take time. Like, you're right there. Just walk a few steps over. Like, if they're hitting like the melee, that's fine, but you can stay there until that's dead. Then you can move down and you're still like completely safe. Can't die. Fantastic. Then we're gonna go ahead and go to 620, which is a note for Ahote. We come up here, we try to take this guy's thing again, but we took it earlier. Amumu is just dropping 2 camps to come up here, so he's making bad decisions. But if we're looking to play for his red side, as any good jungler should do, we should just be dragging his camp in the direction where we're looking to play after, right? So what Amumu does is he queues over the wall, and then we just end up getting picked here. I'm not really even mad about us getting picked and dying. At this point, you're just CC for so long, you're basically dead. Just let yourself die. You don't have ult. Like, Syndra's not really close enough to, like, one-shot the Amumu with you and go 1-for-1. Just don't burn your flash. Because it ends up being really bad. Now we're burning a massive cooldown. Just give the gold and it's whatever. We can agree on that. And then the next one ends up being another Ahote thing. We take our crab. We come over here. And I don't like how we execute this. We W forward first while she's already close enough. If we just calmed this perfectly, then Syndra would have been able to set up the gank by throwing out QE and getting the stun on the Ahri. And since she already ulted earlier to kill us whenever we flashed, then we would be able to go ahead and then E forward, then drop our W during the CC duration, and then layer it with our ult immediately afterwards. If not, we get what happens here. We end up going for this stun immediately into the airborne. So we aren't like properly layering anything, and then we play out our entire ult duration instead of just like canceling it to tap Q to maximize the amount of damage that we're going to do against her. And so since we didn't do that, we're a little late on that second knockup, so it ends up being really sad because now Syndra isn't in like any real area to like help with any extra autos, and so we end up greeting really hard for this, and we die. So we make 2 extremely bad deaths at the start of the game. Yeah. First death isn't even a Wukong problem, it's just a jungle problem, and then just being, I don't know, greedy. Second one, that was a Wukong problem. And also some just communication issues. So we got some consequences. We died, should have been a free kill and just walked out. In a perfect world, if we did get the kill and move down, if we killed her right around here, then you'd get to go ahead and move over to your blue side jungle and then just play the game accordingly, right? I think that would have been fine. You could have went and cleared camps, and then you would just keep like a decent tempo rather than spending, you know, time being dead. Now we have 20 seconds until Void Grub spawn. At some point after our jungle decides to enter our game, we need to drop a ward like in the middle of our lane, or we need to walk down and then drop a ward in our raptor pit, depending on what this guy does. Really up to you. You're against Ahri. She's very mobile. It would be something similar to like Ahri, Talia, Aurora, those type of champs that look to roam to also gain leads. LeBlanc, Akali. Wards in the lane allows you to know if they're going to attend to the wave and then look to roam, or if they're going to attend to the wave and then reset, right? Or they're just going to stay in lane and be glued, you know? But we opted not into doing that. We decided to stay in here, and then we're recalling here. We have vision of this Amumu. We're just chilling, and he ends up disappearing to his blue side jungle. We have 15 seconds left until these Void Grubs spawn. It allows our jungle to know that he can come up, take his blue buff, and immediately go to the Void Grubs. So to protect our jungle's camps, or at least get some information on if he's going to lose camps for this play, then we need to go ahead and drop our ward that we've been holding on to into his raptors. But yeah. And then ideally, like, we also would love if we end up dropping a ward here, then we can have our support walk up and then just ward our Tribush as well. Because he shouldn't really be under no threat. And if he is, like he is currently, then I don't know why our Caitlyn isn't looking to help him. We saw them walk up. I mean, it should have been pretty telegraphed what they were looking to do here. But hey, nice balls, Kim. You held on to that shit. You were not flashing for dear fucking life, mate. Then the next one, we're going to go ahead and look at 840. We take that, we smite, we're taking our second one. And then we start looking at top. And we don't have Wukong ult, and really we don't have any real way to reliably get on the Ambessa without Zahin just kind of ulting forward and then looking to get the dash and the pull to kind of like make sure you get on top of an Ambessa. Otherwise, if you show up on any type of vision, then it lets Amumu know that he can just invade over here. You know, you might just be here not looking to play for Void Grubs. They don't really know it quite yet. So just getting off and then coming over here and clearing vision lets them know where you're at. And if we look on the map, they're invading. And he took raptors. So that ward earlier, then we just unfortunately have consequences to some of our actions. Feels a little bad. Then we start it up again. And then now we come back and we play this. We don't even get the kill. So we're super slow to this. Ultimately, if I was you, I would have just taken the Void Grubs and then just looked to go ahead and make a play on the red side jungle. You get a play here, that's fine. Still, you have plenty of time to invade. I don't know, this feels like a massive blunder in my opinion. I don't like any of it. Congrats, you guys ended up getting the kill, but I don't know. We just wasted a lot of time. So we're just dropping resources. Doesn't feel that great. 940. What's my next one? Apparently it's a U1. Oh, yeah. Cam, you have 280 gold. Low key, just buy a pink or two. You're fine. You can't buy anything else. I mean, I don't know. You just had the gold over here, and spoiler, you haven't bought a pink yet. So I did already come through this entire thing and found where you bought all 4 of your pinks. So stats don't lie. It's not bugged. You're just, I don't know, odd. But here, whenever we're walking back into lane and our Wukong is finally looking to come back into his blue side and our Syndra is looking to get the shove into their tower, and we know that bot lane is resetting currently. After this play, we see Ari's back, we see that they're low resources, they've got gold, they want to just go ahead and spend and like not clink around, right? So ideally, what I would do is I would just come up and start establishing vision over here in their jungle. We know that we're going to be pretty safe. We've got home guards, we're zooming in. Thresh just left, so low key, you could easily just come over here and just drop a ward like here, we could drop one over here, we could drop another here, and just be absolutely fine, you know? I think that would be fantastic. We're not really scared of anything. And we don't really need to be in lane soaking up really any experience at this point. It doesn't do us any good if we're having no vision for an objective at this point in the game. 11 minutes is my next timestamp. What is it? Good to run. Oh boy. Sorry, Ahote. I guess it's one more for you, bro. Oh! I remember this one. So we go forward. I think the W and the flash is fine. What we need to do here, though, is we can turn around and just bonk the Amumu on his head with our Q, and we can allow that to happen, but just smite like Thresh or Sivir so we slow them down to allow our ult to catch them, because we get the move speed and everything. This is like a really big blunder as a 3-man here. We get a kill, fantastic. In my opinion, I think we lose out on getting like an extra wave, 1 kill. We can also get Sivir Flash, so it secures another play in the future. We should be able to pick up the kill from Thresh, and likely Sivir's by herself. Ideally, we take Sivir. If not, no big deal. But if there is one more person dead, then we should be able to come up here and get 2 plates for our bot lane. So that would be also fantastic. And then since their jungle is dead, then we would get to come back and then just play for Dragon. It allows our mid laner to go ahead and then just get prio in the meantime and play it out, and they can just roam down if they can. Instead, we just kind of back off and don't really do anything. It was a little odd. Don't like that at all. Here, we finally ended up finishing... never mind, I'm a liar. 12:20. Oh, so it's right here. What's my note? Oh, we see a pink. We put a ward down, and so we don't really need to be walking forward as Syndra here. We just let our Wukong do it. I mean, he's got dashes. He's got a W. He should be safe. There's really no world. He's got like a Q as well. So you can just auto Q and then just like look to just come next to this wall, dash over, and he's completely safe. All you need to do is be available there, Graham, to just use Syndra E to push anyone back that shows up from your Wukong and allow him to play safe. Otherwise, shenanigans happens where we just end up getting picked and we die. And bad things happen. So we get punished a little bit there. So just communicate how you want to take the vision as well. That would be fantastic. My next one ended up being 1320. Oh. We start playing this out. Leona ends up going kind of fucking crazy. She's dying for the cause. But unfortunately, our Caitlyn's a little too far away. Can't do a whole lot of damage here. But during the CC, we're not like super quick to dropping traps whenever they're CC'd, so we can't get the like Q auto forward. Otherwise, the Mumu should be dead here, and then we should be able to get a good return kill, 1 for 1. Really good for our pockets, but this is misplay from you is fine. Completely expected. 1530. Oh, another cam thing. We finally got our shit finished from our support quest. We are leaving the base at 466 gold. And so at this point, we should be able to buy 2 pinks. That's 80 gold. It's not going to set us back anything at all. So just get them. It's a little crazy that we haven't bought one yet. And lane phase is close to ending at this point in the game. 1530 is my next one apparently. So as we play this out, we look forward and we make a play for Rift Herald. We spot the Thresh over the wall. So at this point, we should be calming what to do. He's fucking dead. He's got no flash, no ult. He just needs to figure out either way to supply damage to make sure that these guys get a kill, or they just leave him alone and go play for mid. That's also acceptable. And then here, we should be calming that we're just diving this Sivir no matter what. Doesn't matter if she has flash. It doesn't matter if she has a spell shield. We just walk forward as Leona, and then we just get in range. We just flash Q her, and then we just all in her and kill her here. It's very criminal that she doesn't really die. Sure, she cleared out the wave pretty fast, but at this point, if you just make a plan that we're killing her no matter what, you flash forward, you press Q, you press ignite, press all of your buttons, slam your head into the keyboard, and let Bray just free hit. One of those CCs has to land. He just drops a Cait trap on top of her, and then he just gets the free headshot proc. It's a ton of damage. She ends up dying here. We should be able to pick up a kill, and then just getting free farm here at this point. And then I'm pretty certain like both of you make it out of this play unscathed. But for this entirety bit, you guys basically touch this tower twice with 2 waves, and nothing ends up happening. We need to talk about it more. If our support isn't roaming up at all for Void Grubs, for Rift Herald, then we have to make a habit, a conscious decision to dive them. If we are something like a engaged support, Leona, Alistar, Nautilus, Taric, it doesn't really matter, Maokai, just look to punish this ADC. Blow their summoner spells, get a kill, it sets you up for the next objective, which is coming up in about 2 minutes. It will be a free dragon, because then we can just kill their carries and be fine, and we profit. Little crazy that we don't do it though. 17 minutes? Oh, 16:30. My next bit for Cam. He leaves the base. No pinks. 280 gold. Buy your pinks. Get 2. And then we're going to go ahead and look at 17 minutes, which is fucking where? Oh, Syndra misplay. Oh yeah, remember this one now. We hold off the move really, really well. We see Mbessa. We know someone was here. So now we either have to make a decision. Do we play with the team and drop mid tower, or do we just play here and then drop the team, right? And if they all die, you know, it's our fault. So at this point, you need to just tell the team, hey, I need to make a decision. And so that way it lets your team know where they can go. If you go to the wave, they can't go this way. They can't go this way. Like, this whole area is dead. Ideally, they would have to kite out Rift and then go this way towards safety, right? Otherwise, we attend the wave and they get a very quick surprise Pikachu face angle from us. I do believe that since we see them on vision, you actually should be like in this bush looking to just spam your abilities onto this Ahri. We shouldn't be that afraid of them because they just beat us there and they just press their buttons before us. So I do think that this feels a bit of a blunder from us as well. 1730 is another cam bit. We're leaving the base with a pink this time. However, it's our first pink at the game. And the way I can tell is by just coming over here, looking at cam, slowing this down, and we bought a pink. Hold on. We go from 470, 480, 490. I'm retarded. What is wrong with me, bro? Sorry, autism is kicking in heavy. But oh my god, I'm staring at Bray's fucking gold. Regardless. Oh my god, Synd, how? We've got 480. We hit 490. We dropped to 450. That's one pink. You can buy a second pink here. But congrats. Here's your first pink of the game. Feels very bad. Lane phase is basically over at this point. Just buy your pinks, bro. So far, we've missed a few. At this point, what is it? 1920 is my next point. Remember this. Okay, yeah. Zohan's pushing top. He kills the Ambassa. We're playing it out. He ends up recalling. And then Geo griefs the team. Geo griefs the team by doing some interesting things. He has teleport. Our team is knowingly going forward. We know where they're at. Instead of Bray dropping a pink down and allowing him to teleport on that pink, setting up our top laner if we're calming him to TP, or Zohan just teleports to the minions and walks this way, teleports to the tower and walks up. I don't really care the direction of where you choose to teleport. Just pick one. You know, you've got 3 choices at this point. 2 only presented from yourself. The other griefing bit is the fact that we walk all the way over here. We don't take the portal and end up here, and then we just come across. We just walk the whole way, which is a little insane to me. Congrats, you griefed your team. That's fantastic. I bet they're happy about that. The next one is just another cam thing. Dude, all you're buying weird, bro. We bought a pink. We didn't buy 2. And the reason why I know it's only 1 is because I come over here and I look and you're going to place your pink right there and you're out. So, second pink in the game. Don't you fucking lie to me. But yeah. Then we go forward. Here is like one of the crazier bits in my opinion. We see Zohan's like playing over here. We end up seeing a bunch of people. There's 4 people here. So now we need to make a snap decision really soon. These guys push the wave in, hit this tower. Until then, Ahote, you need to make a decision after this Grom. What you end up doing is dragging it down while this guy is fighting for his fucking life. And instead of coming over here and taking Baron, because we see the last person on their team up here, or just taking this portal over and taking all 3 camps, or taking the portal over and then just helping them push this tower in and then getting a tier 2 for your top laner's life. We just take our own fucking resources here. I don't know if we weren't looking at the map or you're just taking too long to read it, which I imagine it just took you way too fucking long to read it because then we decided to finally be here. And I don't know, it just ends up being extremely crazy in my opinion that that's the case. I don't know, massive blunder from us, I guess. Let's see. 24 is for that, so 21:45 is my next one, which is Syndra. Oh.
Blue team's turret has been destroyed.
Am I crazy? Oh, yeah, I know what this one is. It is, yeah, just Syndra, you don't have teleport. There's no reason for you to be bot. We need to just let our Zahin go bot. He's got TP, Baron's up. I mean, for the most part, that's just generally how it'll need to be, right? So, you're fine. There's vision up there. Instead of vision not being in the bot lane, just go up there. Your support should be up there, placing vision, being ready for this. I mean, Baron should technically be gone at this point, but, you know, is what it is. 2240 is the next one. Am I crazy? Did I go past this fucking thing? Hold on, I'm sorry. I know it's this game. Oh, wait, it's all the way back here. My fault, gang. Hold on. Ahote, you caught one more from me. Your top laner died, and right around this point, low-key, you can just save your mid laner's life if you just realize that you have like 3 dashes, double knock-up, and a flash. You just can't die here. So whenever we look at this play, Zahin ends up dying. They end up throwing Thresh Hook, so that's not used. They use Ari Charm, and then Flash Flay from him. At this point, there's no reason that you can't just come forward here and then just threaten Mbessa's life with your Syndra, and then you just say, look Mbessa, and then you just like make sure that she just presses QR, and then you just full combo her down, and then you guys just look to kill the Thresh immediately after, because Ari can no longer kill your Syndra at this point, right? But yeah, that was my other thing. Thank God I got that out of my fucking head. I was wondering where that was. I knew it was earlier in the game. La-da-dee-da, 2240. Did I already go over that? I don't think so. Ends up being double kill mid and move spot. Something mid. Is that a Bray thing? Oh, yeah. We spot Umumu going across this. Ahote actually takes note of this. So now, at this point, we should just be looking to make a play onto this Thresh here. So at this given point, we just say, we pull the trigger, there's 2 bot, and Bessa's going to have to answer, or somebody's going to have to answer Geo in the top lane. So ideally, we just look to like flash Solar Flare from the Leona onto them, primarily the Thresh at this point, and then we just follow up with Wukong CC. Bray will get in range eventually. We have plenty of CC to allow him to do so. So I feel like this is a missed angle to get a double kill here, while Umumu is bot lane. But yeah. And then 245 top jungle. Oh yeah, you guys have like a weird thing where you're like super dead set on killing this Mbessa, and Zahin just gives up on you. So you guys have some weird communication on like making this play happen or not, and you just solo ult. I assume we just didn't look at the Zahin. Might have been like a camera diff at this point. But yeah, so either he hoed you out or you just hoed yourself out by just not looking. So work on some communication. That's odd. 2330. Something about Bray. What'd you do? Oh, yeah. So we end up seeing Amumu walk down here on vision, and we see Ahri's here, and then our Syndra is contesting the Ahri, but our no flash ADC decides he's gonna play God, and then just walk in an area where Ahri can just walk over the wall and just kill him at any given point, and then just kind of yeet out of existence to kill him. So it ends up being very bad for us. And then now we've already lost 2 people, so fight's a little sad. We get 2 back though. Fantastic. But good turnaround. Good teleport by Geo. Hey, high five, buddy. If I would give you one, I would. The next one ends up being a U thing. Cam? Looking at your quest over there. It's unfulfilled. And we're walking out of base. And pause. We've got 100 gold. Buy 2 pinks, bro. We could have done it here. Fantastic. Then 26 minutes, I guess, is my next one. God damn. Oh. Is this a U thing? Yeah, at this point, we'll just go ahead and zoom past. Oh, there you go. Fuck ton of gold. Now, at this point, you've got 2,800 gold. You've got a ruby crystal. What do you buy? In my opinion, I think you need to go something a little more defensive. Because you've got a 350 gold bounty on your head. And so, at this point, even though you're down 3 dragons, or down 2 dragons at this point, they're 1 dragon away from getting soul. And so, we don't really want to give them any real chances to come back into this game while we're clawing our way back, right? So go ahead and then just get something that's a little more towards defensive so we don't throw, but also could give you stats. So like Sterix, for example, whenever you're ahead as you are, right, you have 3 levels on this Amumu. So you just come out to your team, I'm 3 levels up, doesn't matter, I'm going to get Sterix. If you were even or even behind, I would say GA. GA is a perfect choice here. But instead we go Black Cleaver. They don't really have any armor. If we just press tab at any given point, we just look, and then Ahri and like Sivir and Mbessa are really never going to buy any type of armor. Amumu typically would, but if we just like had looked at him, he's building nothing but full AP. So Black Cleaver really isn't necessary at this point, you know? But hey, it's my opinion versus yours, I guess, at this point. 27 minutes is the 3rd and 4th time that Cam decides to finally buy pinks. I discover this because he's got pinks over here and he places 1 down. He still has 1. So we discovered he did in fact only buy 4 this game. It is not bugged. He's just a dirty fucking liar. But that's okay. You're still loved. 2830 is the next one. We're going to come over here, and so whenever we see Amumu come up, and he should waddle his little ass over towards us, and he misses, and we see Mbessa down here, we know that someone has to respond to this guy. So if you just hard shove, and then you guys just turn to look for a fight, Wukong, you just go in, just guns blazing, and then we just let Leona just make sure that she applies any amount of CC to like Amumu, so that way Caitlyn just free hits and just puts a trap under and does his full combo, then Amumu dies. You're still 3 levels up on this guy. It's insane that he's almost down 100 CS at this point in the game. So we fight here, we pick up a kill, maybe 2, burn some sums, we profit, blow some ults, and then likely we just end up winning the game, like generally right around here, or we siege some towers and inhibs, because at this point they can't send enough manpower up here to stop this guy, and they can't send enough manpower to stop us here. Our only real threat is the fact that our Syndra is laning into an Mbessa where they should be swapped at this point. This is really scary. because Syndra would have to flash the Mbessa ult, or build a Zhonya's to make sure that they don't die. But yeah. We did talk about him building Crypt Wound though, so would have been better. It's just lane assignments could have been different here. And then Ahote, whenever you get hooked and flayed in a bunch of your CC, just cast your ult. It gives you the CC, it knocks them up, and then that way there's just a massive AoE around you and the team and them. For just ults or whatever, it's going to suck that it's down, but it'll be back up really soon. Just go ahead and rip it. Otherwise, like, they just rip the Sivir ult like they do, and you don't have a clone anymore to, like, leave behind. And so, bad things end up happening, you die, so, ends up being really sad. Here would be my next one. Syndra teleports in, really fast, love to see it. Unfortunately, AD and jungler are dead. Just come down here and push this wave in, because ideally after they kill Leona and we cross over here, assumingly on no vision, or even on vision, they might just finally go look to kill our Zahin. Fun fact, they said game's much easier if we kill Hitler, and they called this guy like Hitler. So at this point, instead of catching waves here, catch waves over here, plus get tower, we've got Void Grubs, easy siege. That would have been awesome. 31's my next little bit here. Other note, Bray, whenever you're coming up here looking to take space, you can just drop some traps in the middle here. You do some weird pattern. They're like spaced out. Instead of making like a line of scrimmage, you end up putting them down like 1, 2, and that doesn't really do anything for them. You can basically cut off an entire angle and just kind of like force them to funnel through one area, and only Mbessa can go through like one of them reliably, you know, with her ult. So would have been much easier if you played that out. But we'll continue. We just marked them all here, minus the Ahri. And at this point, like, don't we just run mid and in the game instead of just like denying them the soul that Ahri can't really solo kill? Instead we just send our Zahin and we just take it, thinking instead of like looking to end the game, we just progress the game at this point. So we're progressing really, really well, but we're not closing games out. And that's where we're struggling as a team. But yeah. 32 minutes is the last time that I get to be annoying for Cam. Just leaves the base with no pinks. And he's got 100 gold. Buy 2 pinks, bro. Whenever I come through the game, you've missed a total of 15 chances to buy pinks. It's very sad that our jungle can triple the amount of pinks that we have bought. So, I am frowning. You can't see it, but I am indeed frowning. And then we are going to look at 33 minutes. Don't know where this is at now. Oh. This is insane. At this point, we're walking forward, and we have a blue trinket from our ADC. And we see that they're really not on Baron here. So why don't we just send a blue right here from our Caitlyn to make sure that we just don't have a moo over this wall looking to just do devious things to us. Otherwise, our frontliners get like bazinga'd and they die, you know? Other than that, there's another fact that Geo, once again, griefs the team. We look at him, and he finally decides to take this portal. But by the time he takes this portal and lands, Wukong's already dead, and Caitlyn's in the middle of their shit. So don't you just teleport up here, since we know where all 5 are, and then you just push, and then just calm your team to just prolong this situation, you know, just cancel backs, but instead we are just trauma ridden to teleport to team situations. But again, could have looked to close up the game here. I just think we could have definitely pushed and ended. You had just 2 supers, they took out a tower no problem. You've got Void Grubs, would have been easy. True damage towers, OP. Congrats on the game, you guys won, fan-fucking-tastic. You guys played like demons. GG's y'all. See you in the next one.